Welcome to the BumbleKast. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Krause.
Can you believe it? We're back on a Wednesday.
Indeed.
Wow. It's Wednesday thing. We're still getting used to it, I think, because, we've been doing it for a little while now, but when you spend months or even years of your life just releasing one episode a week on Monday, it's a bit different to do it a second time every week, too.
But the people are hungry for answers, and so our question backlog has gotten huge. Thus, we need to do 2 days to get to the people faster.
We must.
What you want, what you need.
We must. So I
guess
we'll just get into it.
Q&A. Yep. Do it.
Question. Alrighty. Yes, and all these questions for this episode come to us from folks on Twitter. So
if you want to ask us a question on Twitter, head over to @BumbleKast.
Indeed. All right, here's a question from Joey to start us off. Hi, Ian. So, after SBO blamed Sonic for the Zombot crisis in number 24 of IDW Sonic, did he apologize for it off-panel? Because I think he was being unfair. I mean, I get that Sonic's not the type to hold a grudge, but I think he deserved an apology.
Well, SBO was also kind of right. That's the whole thing. But I think that there was like an off-panel, sorry for blowing up, sorry for allowing things to happen, a mutual understanding and exchange of respect. Sure,
we'll go with that. Here's a question from Fairguy07. Can we expect to have a Knuckles focused story in the near future? I feel he's due.
In the near future, no, I don't think we have anything set for that. But beyond near future, if we're just saying future, then hashtag knowing smile.
So you'd say in the not too distant future, maybe?
I don't want to specify because I'm not quite sure what the schedules are, but there will be Knuckles content coming eventually.
Alrighty. Well, I hope so. That guy, he got his own comic for a while and everything, and now he's just not there anymore. Weird. Anyway, here's a question from Silver Chelly. Why did Neo Metal Sonic give Breezy Casino Park?
It fell into his greater plans, and she was badnik friendly.
And she also liked Neo Metal Sonic, maybe, apparently, or at least pretended to. Whether she actually did or not, we'll never know.
Oh, I know.
You know, but nobody else will ever know.
Well, I'll reveal all one day.
I don't think you'll reveal anything. I think you'll pretend to reveal it. Like you'll say, like, you'll be, because Breezy is like this. She's not a straight shooter. She works for herself, and that's it. So even if you did reveal anything about her, it's just going to be like vague still, right?
No. I will reveal what was intended.
Okay.
How she would play with it is her deal entirely.
Okay. God, I miss Breezy so much. Anyway, here's the question from Bandana Fox. Bill's people sound like power-hungry people. Why did they gang up on Bill to become Grandmaster when they knew he was a freedom fighter? Sure, he was leading them before, but that was when he was brainwashed. Would he have eventually managed to get away from Eggman? I'm looking at this question like, who's Bill? I don't remember a Bill. I remember I guess Duck Bill Platypus. Is that?
Yeah, that's him.
Referring to? Okay. It's like, who's Bill? Is just Bill and Ted? I don't know. Is Ted there too? No. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
It has been a while, and I had to rev the old motor. Remember this one. And it might be still a bit foggy, so forgive me. But I believe the whole thing was that, yes, he was a freedom fighter, but he had managed to organize and lead them in the past while brainwashed. And so when these extremists did come to him, it was because of his proven track record, regardless of his allegiance. And Bill, I believe as the story went along with it, hoping to mitigate the damage rather than spurn them and then losing track of where these guys were going. make the sacrifice so that he could possibly control things, and it got wildly out of control.
Okay, now I'm vaguely remembering this. Okay.
As for where we were going with that, I want to say Wait for Lost Hedgehog Tales, but honestly, I don't think we had that set. Like, it was still fairly open-ended to give him the ability to go one way or the other. I think we had some very light idea of him getting out and getting replaced by someone who was more hardcore, but that was like super, super, super sketchy, tenuous, back of a napkin type of thing. I don't think there was ever actual pitch waiting to go for it.
All right. Next question is from It's Darky. As evident from the Chaotix singing their theme song in issue number 29, I was wondering if the music from the games existed in the IDW verse. Have bands created songs like His World in appreciation of Sonic?
Oh, I'm sure. Somewhere out there, yeah.
Crush 40 is a in-universe band. Sure, why not?
I mean, this is kind of why I miss Mina's Man the most, because that was an easy avenue to do my Easter eggs with the songs. But yeah, you can kind of take it as a given as they exist in some form in Sonic's world.
Sure. All right, here's a question from Cashlin Snow. In Archie issue 226, Sally sings to a flicky. Are the notes drawn around those panels precise notes she's singing, or just abstract representations to let the reader know that she's singing? Thanks.
Just abstract representation. Now, if someone who actually understands how to read music, because I certainly don't, and is able to make a tune out of that panel, I will be very impressed. And I hope you share your work with the class, because that sounds neat.
And our next question here is from The Mason Gamer. In a previous Bumblecast episode, you've shown interest in adapting Cosmo and the Metarex Saga into IDW. Have you gotten a chance to pitch the idea yet, or are you still giving it more thought?
That's not going to happen anytime soon. To do that right, it would have to be a big arc. And right now, Evan is the lead writer. So I don't want to pitch some giant arc and, throw her plans under the bus or undercut her. And she has her own plans, so I don't want to be like, hi, Evan, whatever you were planning for the book, well, what if we threw all that out and collaborated on this thing instead? Because that's no good.
No.
That's not good at all. So if things shift around, maybe I'll pitch it out there. I'm also still not 100% sure that it could even fly. Like, there could be problems getting that approved. So I'm not going to set my heart on it. That's why I'm not rushing to do. But it's always a back pocket idea.
Yeah. I know people have a lot of requests from people. They want to see Cosmo again. So
I know.
It's come up quite a bit. So
I need to look into it deeper, but I feel like there was something about the ownership of Cosmo and the Metarex that is kind of funky, and that they are potentially off limits. I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll see. Here's a question from Blue Streak. Do you think it'll ever be possible to see the unnamed Sonic robot in the tub at a final egg in IDW? Would you have any plans for him? It's one of my favorite background elements, and I'd love to see him get fleshed out as an actual character.
I am 99% sure that is Mecha Sonic version 3. I can't think of what else it would be. Because you had it in the same room as Metal Sonic, and the two styles of robot Sonic prevalent throughout the series are Metal and the Mechas. I'm not counting the little dinky silver thing from the Game Gear games. That's its weird own oddity. But you had, Mecha 1 in the Death Egg of Sonic 2. You had Mecha 2 in Sky Sanctuary, and I will be flabbergasted if that is not Mecha 3 in Sonic Adventure. And I absolutely want to mine that, because it is great little minutia, and I want to play with that toy. Gimme. I just have no idea where.
You'll figure it out, if it were possible. And we have a question from Dead Sonic 890. Why is Sonic dead, and is this the 890th time he's died? Maybe.
If I'm playing the game, probably.
Is the Genesis Wave specifically supposed to affect other realities and other universes plus zones, or just only the Sonic and Mega Man zones in general? If so, why didn't it happen to other continuities?
Because I don't have the rights to those other
Yeah,
continuities.
I know, but like an in-story reason, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, there's only so far you can go with it. I mean, yeah, sure. If the Genesis Wave was able to reach out to, well, now wait a minute. Roll it back,
Okay.
because the first one just nuked the multiverse and brought it down to one, and Mega Man crossed over into that one. It didn't really affect his universe. It's just he was kind of visiting it. So no, it didn't affect Mega Man's multiverse. Did it? I don't think so.
No.
It's been a long time since I waded into those waters. But yeah, no, I think Mega Man and all that was it was just the Sonic multiverse, whatever was connected to that bubble of realities.
I guess Blaze's world also was not affected, maybe.
I mean, it should be.
Depending.
But in that regard, I guess I'm kind of counting Blaze's world as some kind of Sonic multiverse.
Right.
Just look at the pretty characters. Stop asking questions. Have fun.
No, keep asking questions. We need to keep doing this show.
Just don't ask about any more multiverse stuff because I don't have good answer.
Well, we've never guaranteed the quality of the answers on this show. We have only guaranteed that we will answer questions. We have never
That's
guaranteed that you will like the answers.
That's true. That is very true.
We've never guaranteed that the answer will be sufficient or satisfying. We have merely just said that we will answer them. And answering counts, saying you can't answer a question counts as answering. So there. Anyway.
We're going to take a quick break while I try to figure out this multiverse stuff. We'll see you in a minute. And we're back with more standard Q&A that we are just tearing through today. Jeez.
Yep. This is a short one, but it's a good one. Maybe. I guess. We don't vouch for quality. We just answer the questions. So, here we go. Here's a question from Mega Nerd 18. When writing, do you ever get really indecisive about how a panel would play out? Like having trouble settling on a camera angle?
Oh, all the bloody time. There have been pages where I'm sitting there going, well, I need this action to happen on this page, but there's already a lot of other stuff going on this page. So where do I cut, or can the artist make this work? If I were to work it out in my head and it would go here, and here, does that actually work on a page, or am I creating a page that is just imaginary in terms of size and scope? Oh, this panel would look really cool in this way. Okay, genius. How does that fit with all the other panels? And I don't like to go, the artist will figure it out, because that's really mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's jerkitude to the highest caliber. So yeah, there are probably at least one per script where I'm just like, where does this go? How does this work? Do I readjust the pages? Am I allowed to do that because this is what was approved? But I figure something out, and then the artist makes it better.
All right, here's a question from Almiron R. Does the restoration in IDW Sonic has some sort of group in charge of taking choices over the missions they assist? Or is only Jewel the only one in charge of every action?
Jewel is the administrator. So she is the one who's managing repair teams and distribution and all that stuff. Don't think of it like the Freedom Fighters or the Resistance, which was a kind of paramilitary organization conducting missions. This is more of a humanitarian effort. And there are similarities, to be sure. But this is more of a almost corporate level bureaucracy type of thing, where No, that's sorry, because there's no bureaucracy. There's just Jewel. She's handling all the paperwork.
No bureaucracy, only Jewel.
But yeah, she's handling all the schedules and all the paperwork, and just, you go here to do that. They need this over there. This shipment came in today. All right, divide it up and send it out, and everyone below gets their directions, and they just do. It's a big volunteer effort anyway.
Yeah, because nobody gets paid because there's no money.
No, Lord.
But the Chaotix, they don't have any money. So what do they need? What do they need money for? Who knows? Who knows? All right. Here's a question from Cheeseburger. Just a straight up cheeseburger's asking us a question. Just a cheeseburger. Like, is it just a talking cheeseburger? If so, that's pretty cool. Or a typing.
Every time you say that word, I get hungry.
A typing cheeseburger. Can you imagine a cheeseburger hopping across a keyboard?
Does that mean they use a Big Mac?
Into it. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe it's just Bergie. Yeah, it's Bergie. All right. Why doesn't Amy use magic more often?
Because she doesn't have magic.
Hmm.
What is the nature of her abilities and stuff? That is very, very ill-defined.
They're magic. I mean, in the sense of we don't know. There's no explanation. So, I mean, you could just say magic.
It that way, sure, but
you can just say magic.
Like actual magic, like hocus pocus and bibbidi boppity boo. No, she doesn't have magic.
Well, why not? She should. She should be the sorceress supreme of the Sonic world. I mean, to be fair to her, that's what she should be. But alas, here's a question from Francisca A. Are Rough and Tumble biological brothers or not? Because there were times I heard people talking about Tumble being a Wolverine or other animal. Maybe because they don't look alike?
Well, they're both skunks, so I can guarantee you one's not a Wolverine. Whether or not they're biological brothers, I'm still toying with the idea of a maybe. Because when they were conceptualized, we didn't have a species down. It was up in the air over what either one would be. And I like the idea of them being brotherly regardless of any kind of blood relation. So that's a story to be had. Maybe one day we'll reveal that they are complete strangers who came together and decided that they were bros for life. Or they grew up together as always and they are actual brothers. I don't know. That would be something to explore one day, but I don't want to pin it down just yet.
Just gotta go the Bulk and Skull route.
Yeah. They're Rocksteady and Bebop anyway.
Or that,
so.
yeah.
They are hack and slash. They are.
I know.
The list goes on.
We know Tumble is not a Wolverine because he does not say bub. So, yeah, we can cross that one off the list. Here's one from Just Another Mike. Do you think any of SA2 takes place on Angel Island? Why do you think Angel Island doesn't fall when the Master Emerald is shattered in SA2?
It did fall. It is one of those things where you miss it because they don't tell that story very well. I think you have to start up Knuckles' story, quit the game, start it up again, and watch the preview text, because there's like a pre-stage text for every stage, but you don't know that because you go stage to stage to stage normally. But I believe it's in is it Wild Canyon? I'd have to look this up again, but one of Knuckles' stages early on, he says that because Rouge stole the Master Emerald, Angel Island has fallen. So there you go. We don't see it. It never gets referenced in the main game, but it's there. They do acknowledge it just very much on the side.
Yeah.
But as for on Angel Island, no. I don't think anything takes place actually on the island.
All right. And now we're into a question here from Gizboy88. In IDW Sonic, the miniseries we've got so far had been mostly centered around IDW exclusive characters like Tangle and Whisper and Starline and new baddies in Bad Guys. Will we see a miniseries that focuses more on Sega characters in the near future? Maybe a Chaotix one?
That would be cool. I can't speculate as to what is coming up or spoil what's coming up. But if we see miniseries, more miniseries in the future, we'll probably, at the very least, see more Sonic characters, more main series characters show up. The miniseries focusing on comic exclusive stuff has done well, and that is entirely up because you guys are awesome. But I think the general direction is to ensure that there's more game presence in the game book going forward.
All right, and a question from Z0 Shining is here. Hello, I have been doing research on Sonic since a long time now. There was a source indicating Infinite is the strongest enemy Sonic has faced yet. Does this mean Infinite is stronger than Solaris? Or it's out of context and was referring to the villains list?
I'm see, off out of hand, I want to say no. Nothing can compare to freaking Solaris. Solaris was time itself. Something that could begin and end entire epochs of time, that brought 200 years together into a central null point. That's kind of nuts. We're talking like literal God.
Mm-hmm.
And Infinite was a sad boy with a gym that made VR constructs. But Eggman did threaten to basically recreate the sun as a nuke it all option. And going by the presentation in the game, it would have retained the properties of the sun to just wipe out the entirety of the resistance, which we're not going to even pretend that makes any degree of sense, just because the heat from its presence alone would have nuked everything Eggman built. I mean, we're talking about toasting the entire hemisphere. Man Forces was bad. But anyway, if the Phantom Ruby has that kind of power, one could argue it could recreate Solaris's power. I mean, what is the upper limit of what the Phantom Ruby can do? On the other hand, Infinite seemed to be fused, or at least implanted, with some version of the prototype, which itself seems to derive its power from the main Phantom Ruby. This is me speculating. I'm not 100% sure on this. But he doesn't seem to have the same level of power as just the pure Phantom Ruby. So all he could do was summon minions and create phantom fields and phantom copies. So no. I'm going to say, yeah, Infinite is not remotely within Solaris's power range. I'm not even going to put him close to Perfect Chaos or Dark Gaia. Nah. Now, if we're talking like street level enemies, yeah, I guess he's upper limit because of that VR construct summonable ability. But the nature of it is super vague. Like, we don't even know what happened to him at the end. Like, did he get reabsorbed into the Phantom Ruby? Were we fighting a copy this entire time? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know where Infinite will go at the end of the game. Everybody, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know where Infinite will go at the end of the game.
Infinite. Is he even still around? Or is he dead too?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Probably not.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm receiving word that he is infinite. Yes, that is correct. That is his name. He isn't actually infinite though. He's not like the concept of infinite is not him. That's just the name he gave himself, I assume. I assume that's not his real name. But
I don't know. When I did the tie-in comics for Sega, I said, is that his name, or is it something that he took on when he worked with Eggman? He said, no, that's his name.
Oh,
like, okay.
All right, sure. I mean, Sonic it's just a name like Sonic, sure. I mean, there's literally a character named the character's named Tails and Knuckles, so whatever.
Yeah, but Infinite was just a dude initially. Like, he didn't have anything going on other than he was a dude.
Maybe his parents had high hopes for him. They're disappointed now. Anyway, We got one final question here from James M. In Sonic Unleashed, Eggman used the Egg Fighter model instead of the Egg Pawns. After that, we never see the Egg Fighters again. Does Eggman still use them somewhere? Can they still be used in IDW? Or has Sega requested that those models cannot be used at all?
No specific direction from Sega. I think we've just defaulted to the Egg Pawn because they're so common. Nothing wrong with the Egg Fighters. If anything, the Egg Fighters... let's see, what order did this go in? Because we had Heroes, and that introduced the Egg Pawns.
Right.
And the Fighters came after, and then, yeah, they kind of just phased out, and we went back to Egg Pawns again. So, I don't know. It would be nice to see the Fighters come back, but there's nothing really standoutish about them versus the Egg Pawns. I mean, their armament is pretty much the same. Their body types are very similar. Their mannerisms are very similar. Their designs are arguably a bit more threatening, but they're also not as much fun.
I kind of like the. I'm looking at the Egg Fighters now, and I like the look of the Egg Pawns better.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. They're perfectly fine for a grunt robot.
Sure.
And chainsaw swords were rather threatening, but I don't know. I think it's just for simplicity's sake, and because the Egg Pawn is kind of more the general acknowledged robot, kind of like how you see Motobugs and Buzz Bombers everywhere. There's a slew of other badniks to be used, and they're certainly on the table. It's just, what do the casual fan identify immediately? Well, they know Motobug. It's like the Goomba of Sonic.
Essentially, yeah.
But that is one thing I try to be aware of, is to just not have Motobug every freaking time. Let's try to, we have so many neat looking badniks. Let's vary it up. So,
yeah.
That's something that I try to do.
Yeah. There's something to the Egg Pawns, though. It's just like, they're like a super clean design, you know. Mm-hmm. They're kind of cute, but also like they're good for being just general fodder enemies and stuff. You know, they're cute without being cutesy, you know. Yeah. Like Goombas, to put them the same way.
And you can dress them up real easy. You can put any kind of weapon on them. And
Yep. Maybe it's just that maybe they're just easier to produce than Egg Fighters, so it was just a one-off thing, and Eggman's just like, nah. If I'm gonna spend the resources to make something that's just gonna get destroyed anyway, might as well keep it simple. Speaking of keeping it simple, we've kept it simply short this week, but I hope you guys enjoyed the show regardless.
Before we wrap it up, we're going to give a big thank you to all the people who continue to make this show possible, either through Patreon, Ko-fi, or being a YouTube member. Big thank you to Daniel H., Alex P., James K., John B., Jennifer R. Robotnicom, Samuel P., Sam Cybercat, Torchbound, Justin G., Mike B., Bradley T.T., Coupland Crew 128, Duis Dizdan, Diane W., Andrew D., Scruffy Matt, Chris A., Sonny Salute Your Cat, Dave M., John M., Off, Nani, Don B., Yanni M., Lee HK, Lisa M., J. Frost, Chevelle, Jib, Hero of Life 13, Biggie Bang, Blue Title Gamer, Ryan D., Tick Tick, Speedweed Final, Neil, Justin S., Jonathan D., Rachel W., Godzilla, Chaos Universe, Sonic Legacy, Daddler the Dalek, Daniel B., PC the Unicorn, Ben Wolfsbane, Dove, Red the Super Namek. I'll try that again. Say your name right. Red the Super Namek, Pan Dolce, Invade Turbo Tunis, Joe S., Preston M., Carlos, Jennifer H., Chad, Alpha Mine or Yukon, Michael, Chico D. Never sure if it should be D or M. Chico. I'm going to call you out specifically because you're contributing. Chico. Renard Pixel, Les, Chase L, ONBD, Red, Fire Red XY, John the Real Waluigi, Noah S, Sapphire Scarletta, Spark Z, Turbo, Crooker, Lexi Loves Jojo, Corjiro Highwind, Michi, Lewis J, Xanderoni the Painter, Kimiko, Callum Q, Rad Ray, Alex the Border Collie, Ava Wolf, and Scurvy Pirate Hog.
Nice. Very nice. Thank you all for joining us, whether it be through listening to the show or joining us on Patreon and stuff. We appreciate it. It's very cool. Very cool of you.
We're done. We will see you next Monday for more Priority Q&A. And until then, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and we'll see you then.
We will see you. Well, we won't see you. We can't see you. Like, I mean, we can't even interact with you right now. We don't know. We don't know who you are or what you're doing, and we can't see you. Do not have that technology. We are not spying on all of you right now. I swear. Ignore that camera. There's no camera there. You're going to say love us all and send us $5. No! You send me $5. Patreon.com/BumbleKast. Send me $5. Or Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast. Send me $5. Or more.
Get that hot ad revenue.
Get those cents, baby. We need that. We need our 4 cents. Give me the 4 cents. What does Bumblecast taste like anyway?
Hopes and dreams.
Is that why they get crushed in your mouth? Crushing the hopes and dreams in your mouth?
I don't know.
I mean, it's taste. I asked what it tasted like, and what do you do when you put stuff in your mouth? You crush it with your teeth. So you're crushing your hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams are getting crushed.
Hey there, kids! Get yourself a big box of Bumblecast to taste like hopes and dreams. Now we'll crush them in our teeth. No, children, don't crush my hopes and dreams. Why? Why did I put it in a delicious breakfast cereal? It's not part of your daily diet. It actually will rot your teeth away. Go eat some eggs. Get some protein. No, my hopes and dreams. That's the Bumblecast. You eat his hopes and dreamies. No, why? I have no aspirations anymore.
No more hopes, no more dreams. My favorite was when the hydraulic press channel literally crushed our hopes and dreams. You've been listening to the Bumblecast, a co-production of Bumble King Comics and the KNGI Network. Original theme music composed by Ken Coda Snyder. Remixed intro by T-Lopes. Find out more information, along with podcast feeder links, MP3 downloads, and more at bumbleking.com and kngi.org. Are you asking a question or are you writing an essay?
I felt real bad too when people ask like these 2-paragraph brick walls and the answer is nope.
Or you don't know. Or something like that.
Yeah, or even that, like not even a definitive answer, just no.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that's the only thing you can say. It's like, all right.
I mean, I feel especially bad if it's a priority question because it's like you paid money and you waited this long and that's all you get.
Mm-hmm.
Standard, it's a little mean, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You wrote that much, you waited that long for what?
And I mean, and lately I've been like trimming them.
Yeah,
some of the really long ones I've been trimming down. Just like, you know what? We don't need all these words. Like I tune out halfway through reading the question. You probably tune out halfway through listening to the question. So it's like, all right, we don't need all these words. You could say this with this many words. I'm a harsh editor, man. I'm harsh. I was like people in newspaper when I was in school newspaper, man. People hated me because I was like, yep, you don't need this. Cut this. This is wrong. All the formatting. Yeah, your formatting sucks. Your grammar sucks. Fix it all.